On the first anniversary of our marriage, my husband lent himself to another woman right in front of me. She wanted my marriage license, she wanted my place, she wanted to experience being a legal wife for 100 days, and he smiled and told me it was just a game. Not to make a big deal out of it. I refused. He said I was cold-hearted. I got angry. He called me a shrew. When I was shoved to the ground, he was holding her, telling me she was pregnant with his child. Everyone thought I had lost completely and utterly. What they didn't know was that the moment I signed the divorce papers, this marriage stopped being a loss, it became a reckoning. On our first wedding anniversary, I cooked an entire table of food, candlelight, red wine, steaks arranged into the shape of a heart. I wore a new red dress I'd bought specially for the day. I started preparing at 3 in the afternoon. Michael said he'd be home at 6 sharp. At 6:30, the doorbell rang. I jogged to the door, my smile halfway up then froze. Standing next to Michael was Lily Chen, his best buddy. She was wearing a white cocktail dress, holding a Chanel handbag, smiling like an innocent little flower. "Hi, Emily," Lily said sweetly as she naturally looped her arm through Michael's. "You don't mind if I crash dinner, right?" Michael said you guys were having a big anniversary meal. Michael pulled his arm away, but only half-heartedly. He rubbed my head casually. "Lily just got dumped. She's in a bad mood, so I brought her along. You're not mad, are you?" The candlelight reflected off the table I'd carefully set. Lily took the seat of honor without hesitation. Michael sat beside her. I sat across from them. Halfway through the meal, Lily suddenly spoke up. "Emily, can I borrow your marriage license and take a look at it?" I froze. Michael cleared his throat. "Lily has never actually touched a marriage license before. Her ex wouldn't marry her. She just wants to know what it feels like to hold one." My head buzzed. "Borrow it? How?" Lily rested her chin on her hand, eyes sparkling as she looked at Michael. "Michael, let's play a game, okay? You pretend to be my husband for one day. Let me experience what it feels like to have a marriage license. Just one day." The fork slipped from my hand and clattered onto the plate. Michael laughed, the indulgent, helpless kind of laugh. "You're being ridiculous again. Just one day." Lily shook his arm. "Didn't you say you'd give me anything I wanted? I just want to experience a wedding, wear a wedding dress once, take photos holding the license. Just one day. Then I'll give Michael back to you. Okay, Emily." I looked at Michael. He was smiling. No rejection. No anger. Like he was listening to an adorable joke. "Michael," my voice trembled. "Today is our wedding anniversary." "I know," he said, putting a piece of steak on my plate. "Lily's just being childish. It's just a game. You're not taking it seriously, are you?" Lily blinked innocently. "Emily, you're not really that insecure, are you? Michael and I are just friends. If we could have been together, we would have done it ages ago. Would it even be your turn otherwise?" That sentence felt like a slap across my face. Michael frowned slightly. "Lily, don't say it like that." But when he turned to me, there was blame in his eyes. "Emily, she just speaks bluntly. You're not that petty, are you?" I felt ice cold. My wedding anniversary. My husband was about to be lent to another woman for a day. That woman wanted to wear a wedding dress and take photos with our marriage license, and he said I was overreacting. What if I say no? I heard myself ask. Michael's expression darkened. Lily laughed. "Michael, looks like your wife really can't live without you. She won't even dare play a little game." "Emily," Michael put down his fork, his voice turning hard. "It's just one day, Lily. Is this really worth making such a fuss? You're exhausting." I picked up the glass of red wine in front of me. I thought I was going to throw it at Lily. But at the last second, I turned my wrist and splashed the entire glass onto Michael's face. The deep red liquid streamed down his stunned expression. Lily screamed, "Are you insane?" Michael slowly wiped the wine from his face, his eyes icy cold. "Emily, I didn't realize you were this kind of shrew." A shrew? 1 year of marriage, the first time I lost control, and I was a shrew. "Fine, if you won't lend it, forget it." Michael stood up and pulled Lily with him. "Lily, let's go. Let her calm down by herself." At the door, he turned back and looked at me. There was no guilt in his eyes, only impatience. "Emily, I'll be honest with you. I made a bet with my friends whether you'd agree or not. Looks like I lost." The door slammed shut. The candlelight kept flickering. The food on the table slowly went cold. Sitting alone in the mess, I asked myself for the first time, was I the only one who had ever taken this marriage seriously? That night, Michael didn't come home. I called him 17 times. Every call went unanswered. The next afternoon, he came back bringing Lily with him. Lily's eyes were swollen red, like she'd cried all night. She curled up in the corner of my living room sofa, sobbing softly. What happened? I asked, forcing my anger down. Michael ran a hand through his hair impatiently. What happened last night got out. Lily's friends found out. They've been laughing at her, saying she's desperate, saying she has to borrow someone else's marriage license just to feel married. He looked at me, blame in his eyes. Emily, if you'd just cooperated a little yesterday, Lily wouldn't be getting mocked like this. I laughed in disbelief. So this is my fault now? That's not what I mean, Michael sighed. But Lily's in a really bad place right now, she told me. She said she doesn't want to live anymore. Lily lifted her tear-filled eyes. Michael, don't blame Emily. I'm just useless. I can't keep a man. No one's even willing to help me experience what marriage feels like. Michael's heart melted instantly. He crouched in front of Lily, holding her shoulders. Don't say something so stupid. You want to experience marriage, right? I'll go through it with you. My heart stopped. What does that mean? Michael stood up, as if he'd made a huge decision. Emily, let's get a temporary divorce. The world went silent for several seconds. What did you just say? A temporary divorce, Michael said quickly. We'll get the divorce papers and let Lily hold them for 100 days. Just 100 days. After that, we remarry. I promise. Lily spoke timidly, her voice soft. Emily, I really just want to experience it once. I won't touch Michael. I swear. I'll just hold the papers, take some photos, post them online. After 100 days, I'll give him back to you. I looked at Michael. You agreed to this? His eyes flickered, but he nodded. Lily is my best friend. She's like this right now. I can't just abandon her. Best friend. A best friend who needed to borrow my husband for 100 days to heal. Michael, my voice shook, we're married. A marriage license is not a toy. Lily suddenly burst into tears. I'm sorry, Emily. I'm disgusting for even thinking this way. I shouldn't have had such thoughts. I just envy you too much. Michael immediately wrapped an arm around her shoulders. Don't cry. This isn't your fault. He looked up at me, his gaze cold. Emily, can you keep your mind clean for once? Lily just wants to experience marriage. Why do you have to make it sound so dirty? Dirty. My husband wanted to divorce me to get papers with another woman, and because I refused, I was the one with a dirty mind. Michael, I said slowly. What if I don't agree? The living room fell into a terrifying silence. Michael looked at me as if I were a stranger. Lily spoke softly, almost whispering. Michael, maybe. Forget it. If Emily doesn't want to, I won't force it. I'm used to being unnecessary anyway. You're not unnecessary. Michael snapped. He turned to me, enunciating every word. Emily, this divorce is happening. It's only 100 days. If you can't even tolerate that, then maybe you've wanted to replace me for a long time already. My breathing stopped. I looked at the arm he held protectively in front of Lily, at the indifference in his eyes when he looked at me, at the almost invisible smile at the corner of Lily's mouth. And suddenly, I understood, in this game of three, I was the unnecessary one. The day we went to the civil affairs office, Lily came too. She wore a white dress, looking pure and innocent, clinging to Michael's arm the entire time as we stood in line. People around us kept shooting strange looks our way. A couple getting divorced with a young woman wedged between them, tightly holding onto the husband's arm. When it was our turn, the clerk, a middle-aged woman, looked at the paperwork, then at Lily. And who is this? My friend, Michael said. The clerk frowned. Divorce is a serious matter. It's inappropriate to bring a friend. Lily's eyes immediately turned red. Ma'am, please don't misunderstand. I'm just here to support Michael. Emily has a bad temper. I was worried Michael might get bullied. Michael patted her hand. It's fine. Then he turned to the clerk and raised his voice. We're divorcing mainly due to incompatibility. My wife is spoiled and difficult, and she may be seeing someone else. I snapped my head up. Several couples waiting nearby turned to look. Even the clerk froze. Sir, you can't make accusations like that. I'm not, Michael said calmly. She often comes home late at night and won't tell me her phone password. This divorce was her idea in the first place. Each sentence felt like a knife stabbing into my heart. Lily added softly, yeah, I've seen Emily eating with different men more than once. The clerk turned to me. Ma'am, do you have anything to say? I took a deep breath, then I smiled. Ma'am, I said, meeting her eyes. If a man proposes a temporary divorce on his wedding anniversary so he can help his female best friend experience marriage, brings that woman to the civil affairs office, and publicly smears his wife as a cheater, do you think this marriage deserves to end? The entire hall went silent. Everyone looked at Michael and Lily. The clerk's expression changed. She turned to Michael. Sir, is what she said true? Michael's face darkened. Don't listen to her nonsense. Please step outside and discuss this properly. The clerk cut him off coldly. Divorce is not a joke. And this is not a place for your drama. Lily panicked. But ma'am, we really are divorcing. The agreement is already signed. At that moment, Michael's phone rang. He glanced at the caller ID, his expression shifting, and stepped aside to answer. I heard his voice drop. What? Why did Mr. Wang suddenly pull his investment? Mr. Li paused cooperation too? How is that possible? He hung up, sweat beading on his forehead. Lily hurried over. What's wrong, Michael? The company's in trouble, Michael said through clenched teeth. Several key partners just suspended everything. He suddenly turned to me, suspicion in his eyes. Emily, did you do something? I looked at him calmly. I've been with you all day. When would I have had time? The clerk knocked on the desk. So are we proceeding or not? Michael raked his hand through his hair irritably. Yes. Just do it, quickly. The paperwork was fast, red booklet replaced by green in just a few minutes, the moment the divorce certificate was issued. Lily snatched it up and hugged it tightly, tears in her eyes. Michael, thank you. Michael forced a smile, but his gaze kept drifting to his phone. Whatever was happening at his company was serious. As we walked out of the civil affairs office, Lily clung to Michael's arm and turned back to smile sweetly at me. Emily, I'll take good care of Michael during these 100 days, don't worry. Michael glanced at me, his tone stiff. Emily, don't cause trouble for Lily during these 100 days. Once I deal with the company issues, we'll remarry. He pulled Lily into the car. The black sedan sped away. I stood at the entrance, holding the divorce certificate that was still warm in my hand, and suddenly, I laughed until tears streamed down my face. So in his heart, his company mattered more than our divorce. Lily's emotions mattered more than my feelings, and when he warned me not to trouble Lily, he didn't even ask how I was supposed to survive those 100 days alone. I had never mattered to him. 3 days after the divorce, Lily came to my place to collect Michael's things. She brought a large suitcase and rummaged through his closet like the woman of the house. Michael loves this shirt, she said, pulling out a blue dress shirt. She hugged it to her chest and inhaled deeply. It smells just like him. I leaned against the doorframe, watching her performance. Emily, don't misunderstand, Lily said as she turned to look at me, her expression innocent. I'm just helping Michael pack. He said he'll be staying at my place for these 100 days, so it'll be easier for me to experience married life. I let out a cold laugh. Experiencing married life requires him to live at your place. Of course, Lily blinked. We have to simulate a real marriage. Cooking breakfast together in the morning, watching TV at night, grocery shopping on weekends. Michael said he wants me to experience the full wife treatment. She put extra emphasis on the word wife. My nails dug into my palm. Oh, right. Lily pulled a red invitation from her purse and handed it to me. Next weekend Michael and I are having a wedding experience party. You have to come, Emily. A red invitation card, on the cover, in bold letters. It read, Michael, Lily Wedding Experience Ceremony. I opened it. Inside was a solo photo of Lily in a wedding dress. Beside it, in gold lettering, were the words, celebrating Lily becoming Michael's 100-day wife. Blood rushed to my head. Lily kept smiling. Michael specially asked a friend to decorate the venue. He even booked a wedding dress and a suit. He said even if it's just an experience, he wants to give me the very best. I raised my hand. Slap, the sound was sharp and clear. Lily covered her face, staring at me in disbelief, then she cried. Not fake crying, real crying. She collapsed onto the floor, sobbing hysterically. Emily, you hit me. I just wanted to experience it. Why would you hit me? The door was shoved open violently. Michael rushed in. The moment he saw Lily on the floor, his eyes turned red. Emily, what the hell are you doing? Lily threw herself into his arms, crying uncontrollably. Michael, it hurts so bad. Emily hit me. Michael held her tightly and glared at me. Emily, are you out of your mind? I looked at the way he shielded Lily, and the very last bit of warmth in my heart disappeared. Michael, I said calmly, take your things and your 100-day wife and get out of my house. Michael was about to explode when Lily suddenly grabbed his arm. Michael, she said softly, I'm pregnant. Time stopped. Michael froze completely. So did I. Lily placed a hand over her stomach, her voice gentle. I just found out yesterday, 6 weeks, 6 weeks, back when Michael and I were still married. Michael's expression shifted from shock to confusion to overwhelming joy. Really, Lily? I'm going to be a dad? He hugged her tightly, as if holding the most precious thing in the world. Then he seemed to remember something and suddenly turned to me. His gaze was icy. Emily, he said heavily, apologize to Lily. I looked at him and suddenly found it absurd. I actually laughed. Apologize? I asked with a smile. For what? Congratulating you on a shotgun wedding? Michael's face darkened. You just slapped Lily. She's pregnant now. If anything happens to her, can you take responsibility? Lily leaned into his arms and said softly, Michael, forget it. Emily didn't mean it. She's just jealous of me. Jealous? What right does she have to be jealous? Michael roared. You've been married for a year and couldn't even get pregnant. Lily barely touched her and she goes crazy. He pointed at me. Emily, I'll say it one last time. Apologize to Lily. I didn't move. Suddenly Lily's knees went weak. Michael, I feel dizzy. Michael panicked completely. He shoved me aside and rushed to catch Lily. He shoved hard. I was wearing heels. I stumbled backward, my lower back slamming violently into the edge of the coffee table, and I fell to the floor. A sharp pain shot through my waist. I sucked in a breath, unable to get up. Michael didn't even look at me. He cradled Lily like fragile porcelain, his voice so gentle it practically dripped with concern. Lily, how do you feel? Where does it hurt? I'm taking you to the hospital right now. Lily leaned into his arms, her eyes drifting past his shoulder to me on the floor. The corner of her mouth lifted into a victorious smile. Silently, she mouthed 3 words, you lost. Michael carried Lily out. At the door, he turned back and looked at me. I sat on the floor, clutching my aching waist, and looked up at him. His eyes were cold. Emily, he said, if anything happens to Lily or the baby, don't even think about remarrying me in this lifetime. The door closed. The apartment was terrifyingly quiet. I lay on the floor, staring at the ceiling, and suddenly laughed. I laughed until tears streamed down my face, not because I was heartbroken, because I was free. The last shred of illusion was finally gone. Michael, Lily, the game was only just beginning. I lay on the cold floor for 10 minutes, then I slowly got up and leaned against the wall as I walked into the study. My waist still hurt, but my mind had never been clearer. I opened the safe. Inside were 2 documents. One was the prenuptial agreement. Michael had insisted on it, saying it was to protect both of our independent assets. The other was a share transfer agreement my father had given me 3 years ago. Back then, my dad had said, Emily, take these shares for now. If Michael treats you well, let him never know. If he betrays you, this will be your trump card. My father's name is James Hsu, the largest silent shareholder of Langyou Tech. Michael had always believed the company was built from scratch by his own hands. He didn't know that the life-saving angel investment in the early days had been anonymously arranged by my father through a friend. He knew even less that the company's biggest clients were all affiliated enterprises of the Hsu Group. I picked up my phone and dialed a number saved as brother. It rang 3 times before connecting. Emily? My brother's voice was tense with concern. Why are you calling at this hour? What happened? I took a deep breath. Bro, I'm getting divorced. There was silence on the other end for 2 seconds. Then he said, send me your location. I'll be there in 20 minutes. When Ethan Hsu arrived, I had already changed clothes and applied a medicated patch to my waist. The moment he saw me, his face darkened. Did Michael hit you? He shoved me, I said calmly, to protect his female best friend and his child. I told him everything that had happened over the past month, from beginning to end, the wedding anniversary, loaned marriage, the divorce papers turned into a 100-day wife, the pregnancy, the shove, every single detail. Ethan's face grew colder by the second. Finally, he asked, Emily, what do you want to do? I stared out the window. I want him to lose everything. Good. Ethan picked up his phone. Give me 3 days. He made a few calls. The first went to the Hsu Group legal department. Lawyer Wang, launch a full compliance audit on Langyou Tech. I want every contract issue uncovered. The second went to the investment division. Mr. Lee, withdraw all investments from Langyou Tech. Notify all affiliated companies and halt all cooperation immediately. The third went to marketing. Acquire all of Langyou Tech's core client resources. Price is no object. 3 calls, 15 minutes. After hanging up, Ethan looked at me. Emily, Dad has always said we shouldn't interfere in your marriage, but this time, you're doing the right thing. He patted my head. Remember, a daughter of the Sue family never has to settle for scraps in the garbage heap. That night, Michael called more than a dozen times. I hung up every time. Finally, he texted, "Emily, have you had enough? Lily was frightened today. The doctor says she needs rest. Come apologize at the hospital tomorrow, and we can put this behind us." I replied with one word, "Go." Then I blocked all his contacts. The next day, financial news broke. Langutech faces suspected cash flow crisis. Multiple partners suspend cooperation. Stock opens at limit down. I clicked on the article. The photo showed Michael frazzled and stressed, hair disheveled. I sipped my coffee slowly, bitter, but sweet in my heart. Michael, this is just the beginning. You say your company is your everything? Then watch closely as it crumbles, piece by piece. Michael found me a week later. He'd lost weight, dark circles under his eyes, wrinkled suit. The confident, sharp man I knew was gone. I was meeting a client at a high-end cafe, a partner from the Sue Group, when Michael stormed in. The security tried to stop him. He shoved them aside and rushed straight to my table. "Emily." His voice was hoarse. "Did you do this?" The client across from me frowned. "Who is this?" "My ex-husband," I said calmly. Only then did Michael notice the client. His face changed. "Mr. Wang?" "You." Mr. Wang stood up and nodded coolly. "Mr. Lin, I have other matters. I'll leave first." He turned to me, respect in his tone. "Ms. Sue, we can confirm cooperation details via email. Let me know any requests you have." Michael froze. Mr. Wang was known as an extremely difficult client in the industry. Michael had been trying to get a meeting for 6 months without success, and now he was treating Emily Sue with such courtesy. After Mr. Wang left, Michael glared at me. "Emily, who are you really?" I stirred my coffee slowly. "Your ex-wife. Don't play word games with me." Michael's voice dropped. "Why did Mr. Wang call you Ms. Sue? What's your relationship with him?" "Did you?" "Yes," I interrupted. "I did it." Michael froze. I looked up at him and smiled slightly. "All the withdrawn investments, all the suspended projects, all the lost clients, those are my doing." "Impossible." Michael blurted. "You don't have the ability." "Exactly." In his eyes, I was just a powerless, background-less housewife who couldn't survive without him. I set down my coffee spoon. "Michael, in a year of marriage, you never asked what my family did." His expression faltered. "When I told you my dad ran a small business, you believed me." "I said my brother worked a regular job. You believed that too." "I said I didn't need to work because our family was well off. You didn't even ask how well off." I smiled. "What are you trying to say?" Michael snapped impatiently. I pulled out my phone and pushed a photo across the table. It was a group photo from the Sue Group headquarters. Front and center was my dad, with my brother beside him. I stood behind my dad, smiling brightly. Caption: Sue Group Annual Family Gathering. Michael's face went pale. Sue Group, a multi-billion-dollar industry giant. The high branch he'd dreamed of reaching during his startup years. You're James Sue's daughter?" His voice trembled. I nodded. "Yes. Your company's largest hidden shareholder is my dad. Your top clients? All Sue family affiliates." "Michael, did you really think your little talent could take a company public in 3 years?" Michael collapsed into a chair, cold sweat running down his face. All those lucky breaks in the early days, the investors at just the right moment, the clients signing big deals, weren't luck at all. It was marrying the daughter of the Sue family. "So," his voice was dry, hoarse, "all this time, you were just laughing at me?" "No." I shook my head. "I genuinely wanted to live my life with you, even if you made me sign a prenup, even if you didn't trust me, even if you always said women should stay at home. I tolerated it all." I looked at him. "But I cannot tolerate this. You treated me like a fool, brought your female best friend into our home, shoved me for her, slandered me, and hurt me." His lips trembled. "Emily, I was wrong. I was really wrong. Give me one chance. I'll cut ties with Lily. I'll give up the baby. We can remarry." "Too late." I interrupted. I picked up my bag and stood. "Michael, the rules of the game have changed. Before, you were playing me. Now, it's my turn to play you." As I walked out of the cafe, Michael shouted after me, "Emily, just wait. I don't believe the Sue family can control everything." I turned and smiled. Then try me. Michael and Lily's wedding experience party still went on as scheduled. Or rather, Lily insisted on holding it herself. Michael's company was already on the brink, but he bit the bullet, rented the venue, and booked the wedding dress, probably trying to gamble a bit, hoping the wedding would restore some of his pride. 3 days before the party, my social circles exploded: college groups, WeChat, friends groups. Rumors were everywhere. Some said I cheated during my marriage and Michael caught me, forcing the divorce. Some said I was greedy for the Lin family fortune, demanding huge sums in the divorce. The cruelest. I was infertile, jealous of Lily's pregnancy, and deliberately pushed her to induce a miscarriage. The accompanying photo showed Lily and me outside the Civil Affairs office, her eyes swollen, me expressionless. Caption: "You never know someone's true heart. Who knew the best friend could betray me like this?" The friend who posted that WeChat story was my best college friend, Tina Lee. I called her. Tina picked up, her voice cold. "Emily, what do you want?" "Why?" I asked. Tina was silent for a few seconds, then said, "Lily told me if I defended her, she'd get Michael to invest in my husband's company." I laughed. "So you sold me out?" "Emily, don't make it sound so ugly," Tina said stiffly. "You brought this on yourself. You didn't behave, and now you complain? Michael was such a good man, and you couldn't appreciate him, you had to cheat." I hung up, bitter, but not surprising. This past month had shown me just how ugly human nature could be. Then I got a message from Michael. Not private, it was in our shared friends and family chat group. A long message. The gist: although Emily had wronged him, he valued their marriage and hoped everyone could part amicably. "Please stop attacking Emily. Give her some face." A flood of replies followed. "Michael is generous. Such a woman isn't worth your heartache. Congrats, Michael, you've escaped misery. Best wishes to you and Miss Lily." Even Lily replied, "Michael, you're too kind. Don't worry. I'll be here for you and the baby." I read it, took screenshots, then left the group. My phone buzzed again. This time, it was a private message from Michael. "Emily, did you see this? Everyone knows you wronged me. If you know what's good for you, don't make any more moves. I might consider giving you some compensation." I replied, "Oh Michael, what kind of attitude is that? Tomorrow, at my wedding with Lily. Don't come to ruin it, or don't blame me for being harsh." I put my phone down and walked to the window. Night was deep and still. Tomorrow, that ridiculous wedding experience party. Michael, Lily, you think this will destroy me? How naive. I opened my laptop and began organizing files: share transfer agreement, company audit report, screenshots of Michael and Lily's chats, timeline of hospital pregnancy tests. Everything categorized and ready. Then I called my brother. "Bro, arrange a few media reporters for tomorrow, and have the legal team prepare all the lawsuit documents. After tomorrow, I want Michael and Lily ruined publicly." Lily held the wedding at a 5-star hotel. She booked the entire banquet hall, covered it in white roses, hired a professional photography team, and rented a 6-figure wedding dress. Michael, though stressed to the breaking point, still wore a custom suit. After all, this was his last shred of dignity. I arrived with my brother and Sue Group's legal team. 5 minutes before the ceremony, we entered through the side door, attracting little attention, until the MC announced, "Now, the groom and bride will exchange rings." The banquet hall doors burst open. I walked in, wearing a simple black pantsuit and heels, step by step toward the stage. The room went silent. All the guests turned, stunned, staring at me. Lily's smile froze. Michael's face went pale. "Emily, what are you doing here?" I ignored him, walked onto the stage, and took the microphone from the MC. "Excuse me for interrupting," I said, my voice carrying through the hall. "Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Emily Sue, Mr. Michael Lin's ex-wife and the largest shareholder of Lanyu Tech." A murmur went through the crowd. "Today, I want to announce several things." I turned to Michael, smiling. "First, due to Michael Lin's major dereliction of duty and regulatory violations during his tenure, I, as the largest shareholder, propose his immediate removal as CEO. The board has approved unanimously." Michael went pale. "That's ridiculous. The board can't possibly." Suddenly, the large screen lit up. A scanned copy of the board resolution appeared, signed by all directors. "Second," I continued, "Lanyu Tech, due to a broken cash flow, has been fully acquired by the Sue Group. The acquisition agreement is signed and effective immediately." A second document appeared on the screen. The acquisition agreement, stamped with Sue Group's seal, signed by me. Third, I looked at Lily. Miss Lily is suspected of blackmail using a fake pregnancy report. The evidence has been handed over to the authorities. Furthermore, over the past 3 years, she has maintained improper relationships with multiple married men. All chat logs and transfer records have been compiled and documented. Shut up, Lily screamed, rushing at me. My brother stepped forward, stopping her. Her wedding dress was tugged, and she suddenly clutched her stomach, her face contorted in pain. My baby. Michael, help me. Michael rushed to hold her. Lily, what's wrong? Tears streaming, she wailed. It's Emily. She pushed me. All the guests turned to look at me. I smiled. I grabbed the remote and pressed play. The large screen switched to surveillance footage location. My living room time. The day Lily claimed she was pregnant. In the footage, Lily fell to the floor herself. Michael rushed in, and she flung herself into his arms, saying, I'm pregnant. Then she lifted her head, facing the camera, silently mouthing, You lost. The room fell silent. Michael's hands loosened around her. He stared at the screen, then looked down at Lily in his arms. Lily's face went pale. Michael, let me explain. Explain what? I smiled. Explain how you faked the pregnancy test. Explain how you bribed the doctor. Or explain the pillow in your stomach. Instinctively, Lily clutched her stomach under the dress. The bump was indeed unnatural. A female guest suddenly said, I knew it. You can't even see a 6-week bump normally. That belly is way too obvious. Lily collapsed. No, I really am pregnant. She grabbed Michael's hand. Michael, believe me, the baby is yours. Michael yanked his hand away, his gaze cold, as if looking at a stranger. Lily, how many things have you been hiding from me? I didn't, and the company? Michael exploded. Did you push me to divorce? Did you say Emily wasn't good enough for me? Did you promise me my dad would invest if we divorced? Lily stepped back and fell to the floor. Her father was just an ordinary civil servant. Where would the money for investment come from? It was all a fabrication. I stood on the stage, watching the farce unfold. Once, I had been in the audience, watching them perform. Now, I was the director. The way this play went down, I called the shots. 3 days after the wedding fiasco, Michael showed up at my door. His beard was scruffy, dark circles under his eyes, every ounce of polish from before gone. Emily, he rasped, we need to talk. I let security let him in. He sat in the living room, hands over his head, silent for a long while. Finally, he spoke. Emily, I was wrong. I really was wrong. I shouldn't have trusted Lily. Shouldn't have divorced you. Shouldn't have pushed you. You can hit me, yell at me, just please, spare the company. I poured him a glass of water. Michael, the company's gone. No, it's not too late. He grabbed my hand. If you'd just invest. If the Sue Group would help, the company could recover. Emily, for the sake of our 1 year together. I pulled my hand back. Michael, do you still not understand? I looked him in the eye. I'm not getting revenge. I'm just cleaning out the trash. Michael went pale. Langtech was built on the Sue family's resources from day one. Cortec licensed from the Sue Research Institute. Clients introduced by the Sue family. Capital invested by the Sue family. I said slowly, and you took their resources, coddled your girl buddy, and then trampled on their daughter in return. Michael, do you think I'm stupid? His lips trembled. So, this Lily thing, you planned it? I smiled. Did I force Lily to fake a pregnancy test? Did I bribe the doctor for her? Did I tell her to spread rumors about me cheating? No, I didn't. Michael had no words, but I will tell you this. I picked up the remote and turned on the TV. On screen was an interview with Lily. She sat in front of the camera, crying, mascara running. I didn't know the pregnancy test was fake. Michael told me to do it. He said if I pretended to be pregnant, Emily would give up, agree to the divorce. He even said that once divorced, I could get the Sue family's money. Michael shot up from the couch. She's lying. Whether it's a lie or not, the police will investigate. I turned off the TV. Lily is now in criminal custody for blackmail and forgery. She claims you orchestrated it all. Michael's face went ghostly white. She's trying to drag me down too. Of course. I smiled. Did you really think she had any genuine feelings for you, Michael? 30 years old, and still so naive. He slumped onto the couch, eyes hollow. After a long silence, he asked, Emily, what do you want from me to make this stop? Simple. I pulled out 2 documents. First, sign this statement, admitting to marital infidelity, domestic abuse, and defaming your wife. Second, walk away clean, all property under your name including the house we keep. Michael's eyes widened. You're stealing my money. Don't sign? Fine. I shrugged. We'll see you in court as Lily's accomplice. You're looking at least 3 years, and your company's financials? I've already hired a professional audit team. Sweat ran down his forehead. He knew the books couldn't survive scrutiny, the embezzled funds used to pamper Lily, the fake ledgers made to maintain appearances. I'll sign. He gritted his teeth. After signing, fingerprinting, he looked up at me, conflicted. Emily, did you ever love me? I paused, thinking yes, when you first brought Lily home, saying she's just my friend. I still loved you. When you proposed a fake divorce on our anniversary, I still loved you. But when you pushed me for her sake and made me apologize, I met his eyes, Michael. Loved eyes. He left, stooped, looking 10 years older. I stood by the window, watching his car disappear into the night. No satisfaction, no sorrow, only a quiet, empty calm. 3 months later, Michael went bankrupt, drowning in debt, working as a sales rep at a small company. Lily was sentenced to 2 years for blackmail and forgery. Her father sold their house to pay her debts. My life returned to normal, no better. I returned to Sue Group as VP, heading new business development. My brother said I had more focus, more clarity than before the divorce. I sold the house I got back from the divorce. With that money and my savings, I bought a spacious loft downtown, renovated entirely to my taste. No cold gray tones Michael liked, no minimalist rules he demanded. Warm colors, greenery, bookshelves everywhere, balcony full of flowers. Weekends, I went out with friends shopping, exhibitions, hiking, or stayed home, brewing tea, reading, or doing nothing at all, just basking in the sun on the sofa, peaceful, full. Occasionally, I heard about Michael. He struggled at work, got bullied by colleagues, failed at attempts to start a business. His mother fell ill. He had no money for treatment, borrowing from everywhere. I heard he even begged my brother for one more chance. On his knees, my brother had security escort him out. The last time I saw Michael was in a mall. I was picking out a birthday gift for my father when I looked up and saw him across the store, trying to pitch products, wearing a cheap suit, holding a product manual, bowing and nodding at a customer. The customer waved impatiently. He smiled. Followed. He turned and saw me. We made eye contact across the crowd. His gaze flickered. He looked down and hurried away. I stood there, remembering the first year of our marriage, his birthday. I said I wanted to give him a gift. He said, Emily, I don't need anything. My greatest wish is to give you the best life. Back then, his eyes shone. His hands were warm in mine. I thought it would last forever. Forever was short, miss. Would you like this tie? The salesperson asked. I smiled. Yes, wrap it up. It was for my dad, his favorite brand. Stepping out of the mall, sunlight was perfect. My phone buzzed. It was my brother. Emily, family dinner tonight. Don't forget. Dad specially asked you to come early. He made soup for you. Got it. And Mr. Wang's son is coming to the Harvard grad. Dad wants you to meet him. I laughed, trying to set me up. Nope. My brother laughed. Just to make friends. Dad says no rush. We're not in a hurry. You being happy is what matters. I hung up and looked up at the sky, blue, clear. Clouds drifting lazily. I remembered the day of the divorce, stepping out of the registry office. Same beautiful weather. Then I thought the sky was falling. Now I know that was just the cage roof opening. Flying out, that's the real sky, Michael. Lily, thank you for teaching me. In the cruelest way possible, one thing, before you love someone else, love yourself first. To stake your happiness on another person is the dumbest gamble. Win. Lucky lose. You deserve it. And I'll never gamble again. I will live well, work seriously, love my family, friends, and the world. As for love, if it comes, I will embrace it. If it doesn't, I already have the world. This time, the script of my life is mine to write, and the heroine has finally learned to live for herself.